Well, good morning and happy Monday. ER Wolf here with Elify, and this is Elify Sprint Planning. Thank you for joining us. Each and every Monday, we come on live. Typically, this is myself and my business partner, Guy. Guy is out traveling for the holidays, so it's just me, and we come on live and we talk about what it takes to be successful and breaking down our goals into meaningful activities that we can accomplish in what we would deem as a sprint or a week long. So if we are working on a year's worth of goals, we'd be working on them at a week at a time. So you've joined us for sprint planning. Here's the reality though, right? We just got done with a long Thanksgiving weekend. Many of you had 4 or 5 days or took the whole week off for Thanksgiving travels and things like that. And this typically is that time of the year. There's about 31 days left in 2021 that a lot of people typically wind down. Now, here's the reality. We don't want to wind down. We want to finish the year strong, okay? We want to have that mindset of a champion, finish the year strong. This is when most of the teams are in the playoffs or working towards the championship, right? So we want to work really hard as we sprint towards the end of the year for this last 30 days that we have going on. In addition to this, we don't want to just, sort of glide through the end of the year and then wait till the beginning of next year to start from zero at the starting line. Instead, we want to build momentum leading into the beginning of next year, into 2022, with the plan of action and a purpose and an objective. And we want to continue on with the momentum that we built up as we finished the year strong. So hopefully a lot of you had an opportunity to will, skill, and refill over the long holiday weekend. If you joined us on the short week, some of you worked a little bit last week. We had a short week through Wednesday. Obviously, with the holiday, a lot of us took some time to spend with friends and family, maybe have a long weekend or travel. Now you're ready to plug back in, and it's time to dust things off and get back into activity and not rest on the holiday spirit through the end of the year. If you joined us on the last Friday with the founders we had about 2 weeks ago, we just talked about preparing for the year ahead and how we're going to sort of do a few things in combination as we roll through the next 31 days. And here's the reality, okay? A lot more is going to be going on during the next month than has been going on during the year. And you're going to have to do a few things in parallel as you juggle everything that's going on, okay? You're going to have to continue to work hard towards your goals and objectives that you set out for yourself for this week and for this year. You're going to have to start your preparation and your planning for next year, okay? You're going to do those two things in parallel. And third, you're most likely going to have all of the holiday stuff going on just like everybody else. And you're going to participate and prepare for those things as well. And you're going to be juggling all of those things. And this is why we talk about you don't really manage your time. You prioritize it. And this is going to be those 30 days towards the end of the year where you're sort of sprinting through, juggling everything. But you're going to be diligent and focused about it so that when you do hit the new year, you're ready to start off running instead of, sitting at the starting line waiting for the gun to go off. So if you joined 2 Fridays ago, I did share and talk about something that I've been doing a lot of, and that's all on personal growth. And I shared out a shuffle card that I made about a book and a series of book reviews that I'm doing and sharing with you guys. The first book that I'm talking about right now that I'm going to be using as we go to the end of the year is Born to Win. It's a Zig Ziglar book, an amazing read. And if you haven't read it, I strongly encourage that you pick up this book and you give it a listen or a read, whatever you like to do to absorb information and pour into yourself. In fact, I will tell you, I have gone ahead and listened to this book multiple times, and I'm going to break out the structure of this book in my chapters. I've got a notebook that I take my notes in, and I'm going to leverage this book as I do my planning for 2022. And if you want to follow along, I'm going to invite you to do the same thing. And this is why I put this on a shuffle card. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen right now. This is the same book we're talking about, Born to Win here. And I put together a shuffle card about this. This links to Audible, which is an Amazon company. And if you want to get the book, if you've never used Audible before, I love it. Easy way to listen and absorb information. You can get the book here. They offer a 30-day free trial. Check it out. At least give the book a listen. And I will go on ahead and share this card with everybody on this call. My information is also on here. Would love to connect with you, and we can work together planning for the year ahead. I will do that by sharing the QR code for that card. So if you do have your phone, it's pretty easy to hit your camera, turn around and scan this off the screen. If you're watching this as a replay, go on ahead and pause it, pick up your phone, scan that QR, and it'll take you directly to that audiobook. So that's one of the tools that I will be using as I work throughout the end of the year to plan and prepare for the year ahead. Something else that I'm going to be doing, and I'd strongly encourage this for you as well, I had the pleasure this year to link up with 2 shuffle users who are leaders in their field, okay? Deborah and Caroline, amazing leaders, achieved a lot in their industry in direct sales and network marketing, have worked with a lot of other leaders, and they put together and sent me out this planner. It's the Ultimate Entrepreneur Planner for 2022. Unfortunately, they are so successful, they sold out of the planner already. I reached out to them about making it available to all of you. And it comes in 2 parts, the first half of the year and the second half of the year, and it is in-depth planning and execution. One of the things that I like about this planner, guys, is we worked with Deborah and Caroline to create a series of QR codes that make the planner interactive, so that as you go through planning out your goals and stuff, you're going to see QR codes throughout the planner that allow you to scan and get additional information, inspirational quotes, things that you can share out with to your team, to others to inspire them. Very cool. And I'm looking forward to digging in deep into this planner, as I said, as I do it in parallel. So I'm taking time this week as I prioritize my time to spend some time doing what I need to be doing consistently, relentlessly consistent this week to make forward progress on achieving my 2021 goals, right? We've got to finish strong. But in addition, in parallel, I'm taking and making time this week, prioritizing my time to go through my Mindset of a Champion read here, Born to Win by Zig Ziglar, and start to plan out what I want to accomplish, where I'm going to shift. And this is all course correction. I've been planning and executing for a long time, but annually I like to take and stop and look at where I'm at. Am I on track following that map to my ultimate final destination? Have I created a 5 or 10-year goal, and am I working on making progress towards that? Or maybe I'm just doing things 1 year at a time, and I want to look at what do I want to achieve from where I'm at right now in 2021 to this time next year in 2022. And that's really what we're talking about when it comes to sprint planning, right? You want to make a plan, okay? You want to prepare to execute that plan, whether you need the right skills or tools to execute that plan. And then when you put in the plan into action, take action on the elements within your plan, start taking and doing those actions. Most of the time our plans are simple, but we hesitate or we do whatever, something holds us back from taking action on the steps that will help us accomplish that plan. What it really boils down to, and what I've seen makes the most difference, okay? You have to have a desire to get to where you're going so that you'll do the actions necessary to achieve those goals that you've set out for yourself. But additionally, you have to put that plan into practice, into daily activities that you can be consistent on each and every day in order to lead you to achieving that goal. Now, what does that mean? That means taking that big goal and breaking it down into sizable chunks and doing things on a consistent basis that take you and make forward progress towards achieving that goal. And here's what I know from my own personal experience. When you do things in that way, you start to build momentum, and the momentum and willpower start to increase as you go forward, and it becomes easier to be consistent on doing those daily activities. If you've never done this before, it might sound like a monumental lift to start working on things. What you need to do is think about what step you can take today, tomorrow, this week, that's going to take you one step closer. A good example, if you want to run a marathon, you don't go out, lace up your shoes, and start by running 26 miles. Okay, you could probably do it. It would be very hard work. You'd probably be sore or even hurting afterwards, maybe need some medical attention. And if you have the desire to do it right at ground zero, you could maybe do it. Afterwards, you probably want to stop, rest, and take a lot of time off. But the reality is there's a path that everybody can follow if they want to run a marathon. And it starts out by looking and gauging where you're at right now. Maybe you're already a runner and you just need to start increasing the pace or the distance that you're running on an incremental path so that by the time a certain amount of time goes by, you're able to run that marathon. But if you've never run before, if you've never picked up the phone and called somebody up before, if you've never done the activities that are going to help you accomplish your goal, you need to start working on those actions. Maybe it's getting up off the couch. Maybe it's walking around the block back home for the first day and then doing that consistently. And after you've done that for a week, you make it 2 times around, then 3 times around. And over time, all of a sudden you're jogging around the block and then jogging for 2 blocks and 3 blocks. And consistently over time, you build up. You build an aerobic base and you build up till eventually you're running a mile and you're not even breathing heavy. Then the mile turns into 2, into 4, into 5, into 10. Once you're hitting about half a marathon and you're prepping for that big one, you're already on pace and on track to reach that goal. Guys, this is how goals break down. Independent of what area of your life you want to set those goals for, and I would recommend if you haven't checked out the Wheel of Life and the affiliate assets, you download that and check it out because you should be doing this type of diligent sprint planning for all areas of the Wheel of Life. In fact, I'm looking for my example Wheel of Life to hold up and it's right over there. But you should be breaking that down so that you know, okay, here is what I want to do in order to accomplish what I say I want to accomplish in every Wheel of Life, and what daily actions or daily practice I'm going to put in place so that I can be consistent on all of those things. And then I need to start out each week knowing where I want to get by the end of the week. That's our sprint plan. And then start executing the activities that are going to take me there. And I like to think of those activities as falling into 2 categories, okay? One of those categories are things that are time specific, okay? I need to block out time because there's a sprint planning call happening live on Monday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, this call, and you want to join us live. Or maybe you're going to be joining for Kathy's Tuesday training, and you want to be able to make that call live because there won't be a replay. Or maybe it's Friday with the founders where you're going to join Guy and I and have that open roundtable discussion with other Elify users and other shufflers out there so that that high tide can raise all ships. Really, I'm blocking out time at specific days on specific times to make sure I can join and participate in live things. Take an opportunity to make your list for this week of what those things are. Are there meetings? Are there phone calls? Are there follow-ups? Are there activities that you need to be at some place at some time? Make sure you write all of that down so that you don't miss anything. And just start taking action on being there, showing up, and doing the work. The other category are tasks that I need to get done that are going to make forward progress. Maybe it's something that I'm doing daily, like giving gratitude or doing my morning workout or yoga or stretching. Again, whatever it is, I want to be consistent on it. I need to fit it in on a daily practice in order to continue with the consistency on achieving the results of doing that action. Maybe it's having a consistent time to follow up with people. Every day at 10 a.m., I'm going to make my follow-up phone calls, or I'm going to send out my email replies. You just need to be consistent on doing the actions, and you need to be looking at where you are on your map of point A to point B, so you know what actions you need to be taking this week that are going to be helping you achieve your goal. And really, you're just focusing on those 2 things. When we're talking about the tasks, we're talking about our win list items. What are important right now? Prioritize your time, right? What is so important right now that I have to get it done? It cannot wait any longer. And take that 1, 2, 3 items every day and just knock them off your list. Again, if you just do this stuff consistently, the results will come automatically by just being consistent and doing the work. And this is what we come on here to encourage you guys to do because we do it ourselves. And so we'll be here each and every Monday for all of the remainder of 2021. And again, every week for 52 weeks for 2022 to remind you and to hold ourselves accountable so that we take the actions that we need to, and we encourage you to take the actions that you need to. If we collectively work together to do that, I can guarantee to you, you will make forward progress towards your goals. You may not hit your goals. It depends on how consistent you are. But if you think about it in these terms, the year breaks down into 12 months. Each month breaks down into about 4 weeks. Sprint each week, that's 52 weeks for the year. And focus on winning each day. If there are 7 days to the week and you know all I need to do is focus on the next 7 days ahead of me, and I need to win more days of the week than I lose, then focus on winning each day. And if you make a plan, you prepare from that plan, and you execute that plan, then you can start to expect to win each and every day. And after several days or several weeks, maybe 90 days, look back. And what you're going to see is measurable progress just based on the actions that you took. So guys, with that being said, I want to encourage you to really pour yourself in, shake off that holiday hangover, if you will. Plug in for this full week, okay? Participate in continuing to drive your business forward. If you haven't, take an opportunity to read the book, Born to Win. There's the QR code. Go on ahead and take an opportunity to scan that if you want to download that book. Start to think about what you're planning for. Do you have a planner that you're going to be working out of? Maybe that's online. Maybe it's with a pen and a paper. Again, I'm going to be working out of this, and I'm going to share my progress as we go along and invite you along for that journey so that you can pour into yourself as well. So guys, with that being said, this is sprint planning. This is Monday, and I'm hoping this is the first week towards you working towards your goals. Maybe you've been working along this whole time towards them. Let's finish strong this week. Focus on the next week and the next week when they come, right? You only go as far as you can see. Once we get there, we'll see a little bit further. And then let's prepare to win in 2022. And follow along, join me, connect with me, and we're going to go through that planning process so that we can think, plan, and prepare to win in 2022. Thanks, everybody. Make it a great week. Talk soon. Bye-bye.